welcome back to another driving review. This time with the BYD Dolphin Surf. Which, yeah, I know, it's a city car. It's a subcompact car, actually. But, yeah, I do have some additional news. I have moved, so I'm currently located in Transylvania, or close to Brasov city. So yeah, I'll do the review mostly on the highway. And we are almost there actually, so I'll do a quick sprint from 20 kilometers per hour to about 130. This is it. As you can see, the car is able to do it without a problem. It was already on sport mode. Not that there are huge differences between sport or normal, but anyway, for my preference, for my taste, as I am used with electric cars and I do like the instant response of it, I preferred running it in sport mode. We only have here a small, maybe 10 kilometers stretch of highway, so yeah, I'll do it once and that's it. We are gonna go back to the city. Anyway, regarding the first driving impressions, well, yeah, I would have enjoyed it to be the steering feel a bit more precise and a bit more weighted while you drive at speed, actually, because inside the city I don't have any problem with it. I like it. I don't feel any difference or a huge difference between the driving modes in terms of the steering wheel, so yeah, it's fine for me. The comfort inside the car, obviously the noise insulation is not gonna be amazing. It's a small car, you have to expect that. But considering that it's electric, you don't have a noisy engine, which is quite often with non-electric cars, city cars, because they tend to have smaller engines, which need to be worked pretty hard actually to get the most out of them. So even at 130 kilometers per hour, the noise levels inside the car are decent, are fine. Other than that, yeah, the whole driving experience is so easy. You don't need anything else inside the city, to be honest. Yeah, the consumptions outside the city on the highway are not amazing, obviously. I reset the trip and it shows me a bit over 16 kilowatts per hour. And it's climbing, so not ideal, as I said. Other than that, the brakes are fine. I would have enjoyed it to have one pedal driving, but it doesn't. The suspension is alright, considering that it's quite a small car. Any bumps are doable with it. It helps that we only have 16 inches. So, yeah, once again, I'm pleased. Other than that, I don't know. Let's insert the exterior footage with the car to check out the whole specs. Good news is the BYD Dolphin Surf. Yeah, we do have it to review today and actually this weekend. So I did some longer trips in it actually, which is not necessarily appropriate considering it's a small subcompact car, but even so, it did it without a doubt, without a problem. So, what's the configuration? Well, the car is from 2026. It has done about 4,900 kilometers until now, and it's the top spec, obviously. Yeah, we do have an electric motor on the front axle, developing something like 155 horsepower and about 220 Newton meters. The power goes obviously only to the front wheels, which means that the sprint from 0 to 100 happens in a bit over 9 seconds. Don't care about it. And also the top speed is limited to 150 kilometers per hour, which is, I guess, more than enough for city driving. Anyway, that's not important. The interesting part is the efficiency of the car. In my regard, it's almost one of the better cars for city use, together with some of its competitors as well, because we do have a 46 kilowatt hour gross capacity battery and a bit over 43 kilowatt hour in terms of actual usable capacity. Considering that it does weigh only 1.4 tons and the tires are actually quite skinny, as I said, it's quite an efficient car with the usable capacity of the battery, which can be charged up to 100% every time because it's a LFP battery. You get about 200-300 kilometers of range, depending on your driving style, obviously, and some other factors, because it does not have a heat pump. So in the winter, it's gonna get, I don't know, maybe 30 to 40% lower efficiency and range, obviously. I could score some 17 kilowatts over 100 kilometers on national B roads, obeying the speed limit with a bit of VAT, something like 110 kilometers per hour here in Romania. But inside the city, I'm sure you can go as low as 11 or maybe 12. The actual trip of the car, I'm not really sure what sort of driving that was, but shows 14.4, which once again, in 43, that is the usable capacity of the battery, means almost 300 kilometers of range. Fine by me. For a city car, something that you take occasionally outside the city, is more than fine. Yeah, you won't go on the highway with it, it's not necessarily meant for that, but all in all, quite a good package in my opinion. We do not have a frunk, but regarding the trunk area, it's actually alright for a small city car actually. As you can see, the usual carry-on luggage can fit in here without a problem. Yeah, the depth of the trunk area compared with the lid, it's quite different, you know, almost a palm of space. And yeah, the carry-on luggage is almost in line with the trunk lid, but the opening is nice and large, and I reckon you can fit the luggage like this as well. So yeah, for a small city car, it's more than fine. And also we do get some additional space in here, where you can store the charging cables and some tire kit accessories. Yeah, all in all, quite nice. The only complaints are the lack of light back here, and also a cover for the trunk area. You do get tinted windows in the back, but even still, I would have preferred it to have a partial shelf. Yeah, so it's a quirky, interesting looking car in my opinion. Quite useful, once again, in any scenario, as long as you understand that it's not necessarily meant for highway driving or going outside the city for, I don't know, hundreds of kilometers in a day. Well, I do have some complaints regarding the interior as well, so I'll insert the footage right now to check it out. As you can see, I do fit quite alright back here. You do have plenty of space actually. A bit more than compared with the trunk area. But anyway, yeah, so I do sit quite up in a typical electric car fashion, but actually I can stretch my feet under the front chair, which is in line with the B-pillar, and I still got more than a palm of space. As for the headroom, once again, more than a palm of space. The bench is a bit short for me. Once again, something typical for everyday car nowadays. And you do only can sit 2 people back here, legally at least, as we don't have the third middle seat. Even though the floor is completely flat, actually, we do get an additional space, cabin space in there. Some additional pockets on the back of the front seats. Some door cards with additional cabins in here. And yeah, but the materials are quite cheap feeling up here. But at least you do have for the armrest soft material on this class of car, which is nice. Some hooks for your clothes on both sides. So this is the view inside the BYD Dolphin Surf. We have quite a small steering wheel, and not too thick actually, with physical controls, the right side controls the infotainment screen and also the small gauge cluster. If you press here and then use this rocker. The left side controls the cruise control, which is adaptive on a small city car. Nice. With lane assist actually, and with 360-degree camera for parking, which is kind of always on. While you drive, you can actually view the cameras as well. And also, we have this button, which does this. Wow. I don't know. I'm not so impressed. I don't know why would you use it like this, especially as Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it's only supported in landscape mode, but anyway, it's different. I get it. Yeah. Behind the steering wheel, we have typical stocks for wipers and lights. On the other side, you do have a power button, but it's mainly to stop the car, because you could select the start to happen when you press the brake pedal. The instrument panel, it's a bit weird. I do see a bezel that comes around here, but I swear that this part and this one as well, it's just an LCD. The display, it's only here, from here to here. At least that's my opinion. I see it like this actually. You do get quite a lot of information, the driving modes, because once again, we do have driving modes on a small city car. The recuperation level, yeah, it does have automatic high beam. They are not adaptive in any other way. As I said, you could see some additional information in here. That's actually the trip that I'm interested in. And also you have the tire pressure with tire temperature on a small city car, as I said. Quite impressed by that. Other than that, alright, the materials up here are quite hard and brittle, but at least on your elbow area it is quite soft. We have 4 controls for the electric windows, but only for getting down the window. You do have auto function on all windows. To get it up, it works only on the driver's side. And also the electric windows mirrors, outside mirrors, are also controlled from here. An interesting cabin inside the door, quite large actually, as is the central console with 2 cup holders that are not adjustable. You cannot open the armrest, that's a bit unfortunate, but anyway. I do like the placement of the wireless phone charger, it's quite handy. You have additional space in here with a couple of USB ports and a 12-volt outlet. The controls of the car are on the console as well. The gear selector for drive, reverse and park on the button. With driving modes, the slippery mode, auto hold function. Yeah, I know it's an electric car, but anyway, that's the BYD way apparently. Hazard lights, AC compressor, the climate control on and off, and front defog, plus the volume rocker. The screen itself is not amazing, but it's quite adequate, to be honest. You could see through the car or use it to see the wheels, so you don't curve them. Some interesting quirks are regarding the climate control. As you can see, we do have dual zone, but it's actually a manual HVAC system. You don't get an auto function. Weird. All right. Also, the heated seats are from here as well. You do not get a heated steering wheel. A bit weird, but anyway. The notifications for the driving limit are up here, like a hotkey to put it this way. The mirror is not dimmable, unfortunately. The lights can be controlled from here. Quite a posh material up here, actually, on the sun visor, and we also have a light here for the vanity mirror. Nice. And also the glove box is quite deep. It's not covered, obviously, and the opening is a bit weird, to be honest. Yeah, so pretty much that's the configuration of the car. Now we are gonna go inside the city for a bit and actually talk about the maintenance for a moment. We don't have any, it's an electric car, so anyway. No, yeah, you do have to get it to the BYD dealership every 2 years or 30,000 kilometers to get it checked and replace the cabin filter. And that's pretty much it, because you won't change tires too often, you won't change brakes too often. As I said, it's quite a low maintaining in terms of maintenance, quite a low operating costs car, actually. And yeah, I said I do have some complaints regarding the interior of the car, and it's actually one of the reasons that I might not buy this vehicle. And it has to do with the seats, obviously. They're way too short for me. Yeah, I would have enjoyed a bit more support in terms of lumbar support, actually. But in other ways, I kind of understand that you don't have an optimal sitting position, an optimal comfort level, because it's quite a low-priced car. Not necessarily a budget option, but around 20 to 25,000 euros here in Romania. It's actually at the lower part of the spectrum. Something else. Some additional reason not to buy the car. Maybe it's weird that you don't have a trunk light or a parcel shelf, but I guess you could get used to those disadvantages. So, yeah, not really much to talk about. In terms of reasons to buy the car, come on, you pay something up front. Obviously, nowadays all new cars are quite expensive. But after that, you don't worry about it. You barely have no running costs, no maintenance costs. Okay, that was some phantom braking. Anyway, yeah, all right. The assistance systems are a bit overcautious. If you're looking down or admiring something out the window, it does tend to yell at you. But you can deactivate the systems and it will be alright. Other than that, reasons to buy the car, come on, in this segment, at this price point, to get so many kit, 360-degree cameras, LED lights, adaptive cruise control, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, wireless, I don't know, it's quite a lot of car for the money, to be honest. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. Well, pretty much that's gonna be the review from my perspective. I'll try to think about something to compare it that I already reviewed, but I'm not really sure. It's the Dacia Spring, but that's in a different category. This one is it's actually a car, to be honest, compared with the Spring. But anyway, I'll leave the link around here somewhere. Until next time, thank you for watching.